sorry for us, the vendor.
That's why I wanted to be the last speaker, so you notice what we get as a input from the academia, and then what we are supposed to provide or to deliver to the client. So we are the middle tier that is squeezed in between. It's an Arabic saying of being the squeezed in the middle of both. It is really my pleasure to be here today. I think it's very important to talk to fellow agencies and freelancers. What made this very interesting for me is that it is an event targeting freelance translators. And being part of this panel is very important for us as an agency. Dr. Vai was mentioning the agency, so I think in this respect we are an agency. So I had here put 3 comments. When Dr. Laila said cooperation with universities, and we are doing this part really thanks to Al-Alson and thanks to Dr. Laila and to the Dean of Al-Alson and to the late, I have to mention him now, thanks to him, he did this all, Dr. Ala Faiz, the late president for Ain Shams University. He's the one who invited me to the university. He's the one who introduced me to Al-Alson, a great man who really left us only after 4 months being the president for Ain Shams. So thanks to him, I tried, for 10 years I've been trying to get some cooperation, but thanks to him, he's the one who introduced me to these good people, and since then, a year ago, things are going very well. I'll talk as, this is the content, I'll speak as a service provider. LSP is the language service provider. What are we required to do? This is what Mr. Ibrahim said. I think what I'm going all to say is just repetition for this. The skills available in the market, the gap that we see as a middle tier between both, and what is required for training. A language service provider or an LSP is the company that provides this set of services that you all know about. It's language-related services, translation, localization, cultural assessment, copywriting, documentation, digitization. This all set that, of course, most of you know about it. This company may be a single language vendor like ourselves. We only deliver from and into Arabic with different sets of languages, but our focus is Arabic and only Arabic. Or a multilingual vendor, and this is a role that multinationals play, and some of the local companies play this role too, delivering multi-languages. Or sometimes it's a freelancer or a group of freelancers. These are 2 service providers. What is required? And now Mr. Ibrahim gave me a very long list, and I just like to mention that we've been a vendor for Oracle since 1997. Thanks to them, we built our system and processes, thanks to them, to Lotus, to SAP, to big companies, but they are our first very important client. We provide translation. They need translation and localization related services. They want these services to be on time. We have to deliver on time with very high quality, suitable to the target language. This means it's culturally assessed, culturally reviewed. We should help the client and the partner to communicate with the end user. This means the market. So we are required to take care of everything related to the target market. If it is just Egypt or Saudi Arabia or the whole, it is depending on the type of materials, so lots of requirements in the communication. And of course, to be able to use the latest technologies, and a long list of what follows all these requirements, from preparing the resources, to having the tools, to having the infrastructure, the connectivity, and all these things required. What is available in the market? And this Dr. Laila spoke about, Dr. Adaya spoke about. We have professional translators in various fields. and they have no technology background. This is a real, very professional people with no technology background. And then a very limited number high-level translator using the latest technology, but very little number available. Then a large number of average translators with some technical background. They know about a couple of tools or maybe 3 tools, but not everything. So these are the categories. Then we have fresh graduates with very limited capability. Weak Arabic, most of the time. When we look for translators, either we have excellent Arabic or excellent English or excellent French. It's very hard to have them all together. So mastering the 2 languages is really an issue. Limited technical skills, rare content knowledge know-how. Now we do not talk translation only, because the graduates of translation and language universities we use in content development. Content is the term now. And even in our new branding at Arabize, we changed ourselves from the localization company to be the content partner. Yes, because content now, it's all about availability of Arabic content, translating content, editing content. So we use translators to do the content development and content management, because they are the ones who know the languages very well in search engine optimization, like in the first one. All this is required from a translator. So this know-how is not there at all. Project management skills, of course, it's not there. We have to teach it from scratch. Language engineering also is a very important issue. And how many persons know what Mr. Sameh said today? Very, very few in the market availability. They have to work with Mr. Sameh or with us or with someone who is working with technology to learn these things. And all this leads to very high turnover in companies. Because of the scarce resources, we suffer from a very fast turnover. How many companies in the market, and even not in Egypt only, in the Arab region, the whole of the Arab region, and then people keep moving and moving and moving. So this because of the scarcity. That's why we need to bridge the gap to have a graduate, to have resources in the market. When a company like ours has the development of translators as far as a corporate social responsibility, and this was Dr. Dua saying that agencies have this corporate social responsibility. Being the pioneer in the market, we have to take this responsibility. We have to teach more people and take the pain of the high turnover. It's really a pain, but it's our fate to be in the middle. Here is the gap. The gap is the well-trained professional, lack of well-trained professional, knowledgeable translators in all these fields. Because when we work in translation or localization, we just face all this. Some people think that a company doing localization for Oracle or for a technology company needs only technical and engineering and computer and IT knowledge. No, we just translate applications in human resource, in financial, in management, in whatever, in schools, in education. So we localize in various fields, and this all makes this. That's why we need more and more of these. It's just an example. There are no translators with enough knowledge about tools and terminology. Desktop publishing, or the layout and the design of the pages, it's a very important part of the whole of the ecosystem of localization translation. Multilingual content writers and editors. Writing and editing in English and Arabic is really, can you imagine that we can have 50 translators, and after 5-6 years of training we can get 2-3 copywriters, copy editors or technical writers out of them. So it's not easy. It's really a tough job. So we need graduates with these things. Language engineers, of course, because most of the graduates of computer science, they want to be developers. Rarely that you find someone who wants to work as a language engineer and work on the research of things like machine translation and this. Of course, and the project managers, the translation project managers who can take all the load of the delivery date and how fast it should be done and how the process and how to deal and how to communicate with the client. There is no such caliber